Forgot to turn on my light. Anyway, howdy everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Debauchery Circus campaign here on the Random Rhapsody Network. I'm Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and GM, and joining me around the virtual table today are Brandie, Brie, Jr., and Stephen. Say hi, everyone.
Hello.
Howdy.
Okay. Now, we got a few announcements to get through today. This Wednesday, June the 8th, we will be airing another random game night at 7 p.m. Central. Then the following Wednesday, June 15th, Episode 2 of our mini-series event, Magi Nights and Echo Through the Stars, will be airing at 7 p.m. Central as well. We are also hosting Kyle Thomas from the Fab Five playing Batman, Arkham City, every Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Central. So you can keep up to date on everything we do by following us on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV and on Twitter as @random_Rhapsody. Okay, that should do it. So join us as we dive into the world of Loroupa and continue on with the adventures of the Debauchery Circus. And we're back. So when we last left off, the Debauchery Circus had finally returned to the city of Coltrast after running some personal errands in a couple different locations in Radagast. Upon their return, the team spent some time studying the contract Kaya had signed while she was at the Erudite Conclave in North Emia. Once the team determined there were no loopholes or hidden clauses that the group would be held accountable for, Corin went out and found himself an artist to commission a pinup of himself to hang inside of Ichabod's prayer chamber in the mansion as a joke. The next day, Ichabod returned from his journey to Port Suliard and reunited with the team with, mixed emotions from the trip and a shiner under his eye. He immediately went to seek out the Magisterium investigator, who is supposed to question them about Cameron Hawthorne. And they eventually found the Dwarven Artificer in the library up at Coltrast Keep, where he was perfectly content with holding his interviews right there and then. All in all, the interviews went fairly well for the squad, and Flint Whistle seemed more like he was trying to wrap up his business as well. He did admit that he was soon to be traveling to Ravancia, the capital city in the kingdom of Hyrulean, to investigate another lead about Cameron's former master, who had possibly been seen there. And so, Debauchery Circus. After that, Ichabod and Blaznir had sparred for a bit, which ended with Willow essentially stopping the two humans from beating the hell out of each other and destroying the mansion at the same time. And you all split off to have a meal and get a good night's rest. You all knew that you would have to leave for Rowina soon if you wanted to arrive before the tournament started. And so, Ichabod went up to his room and saw that big old poster of the elf with hearts all over it in his prayer chamber, and, eventually you all went to bed. So as you all wake up and ready yourself for your journey, a question comes to each of your minds, which we did not roll, so somebody go ahead and roll that.
I will roll it. 98.
98, interesting. Okay. What advice would your character give to a younger version of themselves? That's an interesting one. There you go. So, Corin, since you rolled, what advice would you give to the younger version of yourself if you could?
Practical jokes are funny until you wake up one morning and realize that it's probably not a practical joke anymore.
Yeah, I suppose it has gotten a little far, hasn't it, at this point? But, whatever. Blaznir, how about you? What advice would you give your younger version or your younger self?
To do whatever you want and stop trying to make yourself fit with whatever everyone else wants you to be.
Okay, that's fair. I think that's actually pretty good advice for pretty much everybody. Kaya, how about you?
I don't know, honestly. Yeah, I'm stumped on this one. I don't know.
Okay, we'll come back to you. Ichabod, how about you?
Marriage is scarier than war.
Marriage is scarier than war.
It leads to a lot more heartbreak. Don't do it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You think of anything, Kaya?
I mean, maybe heal a bit more. Don't just go running blindly into things so much. Because I feel like I kind of tend to almost die a lot because I don't pay attention to my health.
I mean,
We got you.
What was
We
that,
got you, Kaya. 3 words. More name changes.
I mean, if you really want me to.
No.
I want you to have a different name every episode.
No.
Yeah, I'm not doing the new artwork every episode. That's just not happening. I make overlays enough as it is, thanks.
The turtle formerly known as Kaya.
Yeah. That's exactly what he'll say. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I like it. So, you've all woken up in your warm beds in your mansion, which has been aptly named the Big Top. It is the 24th of Faustgra, and you have less than a week to get to Rowina if you want to participate in the tournament. Fortunately, you all had plenty of time yesterday to prepare anything you might need. So go ahead real quick and tell me how y'all prepared for your desert trip.
Well, I bought some cloth armor, padded armor. Hopefully that'll be fine. Actually, I should ask you, would leather, like studded leather, do I get the sense that would be okay in the desert?
I mean, yes, studded leather, I mean, it'll be a lot hotter than padded, to be sure. And there is the fact
But it would
that,
be
like,
cooler than full plate mail.
yeah, it'll definitely be cooler than full plate mail. And as long as you're, like, oiling it and spend, like, some time maintaining it every day, because, like, when you're out in the sun, leather tends to dry and harden and crack and can easily break if it's not well maintained. But as long as you're oiling it regularly, you take time every day to, take care of your gear, you're probably going to be okay wearing leather armor.
Okay. I bought myself some studded leather armor and a lot of salt pork that ain't gonna spoil in the desert.
Okay.
I also will dismiss. Well, I guess. What's the speed of a camel? I'm gonna look it up.
Well, remember, you're not going to be in the desert just yet. You do have some travel through the forest, but not as much as you'd expect. So
yeah, so I'll wait until we get a little closer before I dismiss Salvatore and turn him into a camel.
Okay. Well, now the good thing is that the day your group is preparing for your journey, the day of the 24th, Bachelor Grigg, the Dragonborn Arch Druid from Feywalker's Glen, arrived in Coltrast. He wanted to check in with your group and make sure that the elf formerly known as Cameron Hawthorne, is how he's doing and how he's adjusting to his new form.
Sure. We're going to make sure that while he's here, he does not interact with the Inquisitor.
Well, that's the thing. The Inquisitor did tell your group that he was heading out the next day.
Oh, okay.
He's actually making preparations of his own for travel, and he's gone from the mansion. You guys actually haven't seen him since he left the keep the day
That's
before.
fair.
So you don't really know where he is. But Bachelor Grigg does come to your mansion. He probably stopped at the keep first to figure out where you all are. But
Sure.
eventually finds you all making your preparations. And I imagine you probably tell him a little bit about what you're doing and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, while he's there checking in on you, he spends a little time with you, Corin, just to make sure that you're adjusting okay and you're doing well in your new body. Because the man who reincarnates somebody is probably likely to want to make sure they're doing okay.
I'm so tall. Mm.
Indeed, you are.
I can reach all the things now.
And as you explained that you're all heading out to Rowina for your various reasons and to participate in this tournament, he tells you that he could actually help you cut down some time on your journey.
He could what?
He can cut some of your time out on your journey.
Ooh.
As an Arch Druid, he has access to travel via plants, which is a great 6th level spell. And you do actually have a tree big enough in your mansion grounds to accommodate this. I told you guys specifically. He offers to teleport you to... there's a grove of trees that he knows of that's halfway between Florina and the river that's the boundary between Radagast and the Federation. So it'll basically cut about 4 days off of your journey.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
So does that turn that into a 2-day journey?
No, that's what's giving you the 5 days of travel through the Margarden that I told you guys. This was my way of making sure that you can get to the tournament on time.
Sure.
So you basically have a few days of travel through the desert, but you will arrive in Rowina as long as you don't deviate or go running off into any crazy mishaps. You should be able to get to Rowina by the 1st. Okay. Corin, what's up?
What did Mr. Bachelor Grigg say that he wanted in exchange for this?
Nothing. He's actually doing it just as a favor to your group.
Well, sweet. Then,
Ichabod.
yeah, we'll take him up on it. Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, 1 second, Ichabod. Basically, he just tells you, sounds like you're doing something fairly important. He's just burning a spell for the day, but he's an Arch Druid. He's got plenty. So he's not worried about casting. He's just going to do this as a favor to your group. What's that?
That's fair.
Mr. Bachelor Grigg, you're a druid, so you're very familiar with plants and trees and the like. There is, in fact, a very large tree growing beneath this keep that we don't really know much about. Last time I saw it, it was sprouting some new growth and some new leaves, which could be a very detrimental thing, and I'm worried about our little boy Edmund here. Do you mind taking a look at that?
Well, yes, absolutely. I believe you did mention that the last time you were at the Feywalker's Glen, and sure, I don't mind checking it out. It'll probably take me a little time, but perhaps if you come see me when you get back from Rowina, I can tell you what I've learned.
Well, that would be much appreciated. And if you need us or it turns out to be dire, I do believe Edmund has access to somebody with Ascendant spell. So just reach out.
Very well, I can certainly do that.
No, I didn't think about that, but yeah, you're absolutely right. The Arch Druid
Been
could...
stressing out about it.
No, that's a good thought. Like, I just put him there because I wanted to get your guys to the crossover event as easy as possible.
Yeah.
So, but yes, absolutely. The Arch Druid can look into the giant root that's underneath Coltrast and the weird forest underneath there, and he'll spend some time trying to figure out what's going on. He'll probably talk to Edmund and get the whole story.
To Edmund, will you tell him I'm sorry for missing our fishing trip? We just had to head out early.
Oh, I thought you had time to do that this morning.
Okay.
You could have
So
done
we
that.
went on our, because I was going to say I'm being a bad dad already.
It's up to you. If you don't want to do
we
that.
We totally went on the fishing trip. I got up at 4 a.m. and went over there and got him.
Okay. Absolutely. So, you know what? You go out and you spend the early morning with Edmund, and you go out on one of the nearby lakes here on the outside of the town. Now, it's probably awkward.
It's very quiet for most of the time.
Yeah, I imagine so. What kind of role should this be for fishing? Make a survival check.
See how good I am at fishing?
Yeah.
Bet that.
Matt,
yes.
Just to note, we're definitely mentioning to Bashlor like about the cultists and the weird stuff that happened, so that he knows to be careful when dealing with that root. Even if he is a druid, don't want him getting mind whammied or anything.
Okay, so you do spend some time actually explaining what the dream root happened and
what we know
stuff.
about
Sure.
it. Yes.
Okay. Absolutely.
Anything to prepare him so that he doesn't run into anything unexpected.
Sure, absolutely. You can do that, and he appreciates the information you give him. He's a druid. He's a pretty clever guy. Well, I'll do some rolls later and find out exactly what happens to him and what he's able to figure out and that sort of thing. Looks like Edmund rolled a 21 on his survival.
Good fishing.
Yeah. It's maybe weird and awkward, and you don't say very much, but you do show him some good techniques. And he's never fished before. He was pretty young and never really had the chance to. But you and him out in that little rowboat, you pull in a good catch. You each at least get a few fish with the 17 and the 21.
Do some bonding, some non-emotional bonding.
Yeah, some
We
non-emotional.
don't talk about our feelings at all, but we do catch some fish.
You do catch some fish, and at least for your part, Ichabod, you kind of walk away from it feeling like you are a good father in this circumstance.
I feel good about it. I'm just smiling.
And
I don't think Ichabod is like Edmund is my son. I'm just accidentally being fatherly to him. Inadvertently being fatherly.
Okay, fair enough. I like it. But yeah, absolutely. Afterwards, that's when you meet up with Arch Druid Grigg. That's when you talk about everything that's going on with the giant root underneath Coltrast Keep and the forest down there. And he says he does agree to go off and look into that stuff while you're all away at Rowina. And eventually, all of your war horses are packed. The saddlebags are up. You got plenty of water. You got plenty of food for the journey. And the Arch Druid casts transport via plants through the tree in your front yard. It opens up, and you all have 6 seconds to run through, pulling your horses. You can't ride on the horse, but you can lead them, and you can get through very quickly to a place in the middle of a very deep and dense forest. You all step out of this very large tree and find yourselves surrounded by tall oaks. It's much cooler here than what it was in Coltrast. I feel like you probably left around noon today. After all the talking you did with the Arch Druid and getting yourselves ready to go. But once you step through the shade, it's almost dark. Like Kaya, you actually pull on your goggles. It's not like so dark that nobody can see, but it's definitely deep, dense forest.
Mm-hmm.
I can see.
Lightly obscured.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody say.
You've never been to this particular forest before, but I will go ahead and show you on the map where you all are.
Corin is happy again because he can see in the dark.
That's actually not the map I wanted. There, this one's a better map. So if you look on the map to the left side of the screen, you'll actually see Florina Village there. Trying to show the folks at home as well. Can't really see it too well, but right here, there's Florina Village. That's where your group had first fought Sir Portleone and lost. Down here, to the southeast of that, that's the forest that you've all transported into. It's going to take you probably the rest of the day to get through the forest, but the next day you'll probably break through those trees, and you have a river to get across, and then you're actually in the Margarden Federation. Looking based on the maps that Edmund had provided before you all left, you are able to see that's probably a good day's worth of journey in decent terrain before it starts getting sandy and rocky. And then you do have a few stops along the way. Now, here's the Margarden Federation map, and I'll show that to you. Now, the Federation map, you can see you're going to be traveling down past some rocky terrain, and then there's a trade route that goes from Corintha to Rhinoth. And from Rhinoth, you have to travel through the desert proper into Rowina, which then from Rowina exits out into the Jutla Wastes, the really, really big desert.
What's that crack?
Looking at the map, you point that out, and Willow would be able to speak up because she's from the Margarden Federation. That right there is called the Great Gap. It is a huge ravine that is probably about 20 miles north of the oasis of Rowina, and it's just this gigantic, fathomless depth that goes all the way down to pitch dark of the center of the earth. No one's ever really tried to climb down very far in it, but it is definitely deep. She also would be able to mention that Rhinoth is a trade area. It's mostly they mostly trade in slaves. Slaves. I said that weird. People from the Jutla Waste are often captured there. Criminals are very often sold into slavery as a punishment in the Federation.
We got to make sure that none of us are ever traveling alone, and also that we keep an eye out for the kinds of slaves that they particularly desire, just in case any of us fit that bill.
I have a feeling that all of us fit that bill.
Pretty strong, so.
Other than that, Willow could tell you that the sands around the Jutla Wastes are filled with lots and lots of monsters. Definitely safer to travel at night and sleep during the day whenever possible. But even then, lots of critters out there. The Jutla Wastes is well known as breeding grounds for blue dragons. They love their spawn digging through the sand, and somewhere out in the Jutla Waste is supposedly the nesting sites for blue dragons.
Well, I don't intend to go that far. I say we go to Rowina and stop there.
Yes, Stephen.
Are we going to, do we know how cold it gets at night in the desert? Are we going to need to bring like a set of warm clothing? Because I know a lot of times, like IRL, the desert can be like insanely hot at night and then very,
Yeah.
very cold.
And yes,
Or, I mean, very, very cold at night.
yes, the deserts do get very, very cold at night.
Okay.
Not like sub-zero temperatures, but
Mhm.
definitely cold enough that you want to have a nice warm cloak and maybe some warmer clothing to wear.
Thank you.
You can purchase warm clothing here in Coltrast. I think there is some actually in the player's handbook. If not, let me know.
Sure.
You could have done that before you all left, so don't worry about that. If you just go ahead and take off the gold for it, and you're fine.
Mhm.
Other than that, you are now standing in the deep dark forest. Is anybody proficient in survival?
I'm half proficient.
That's good enough.
I've got I've got whatever it is. Bards get the jack of all trades.
Our druid isn't proficient in survival.
Yeah. Kaya, are you proficient
7.
in survival?
I got 5 in survival.
No, but I'm specifically asking if anyone is proficient in survival.
Yeah.
You are?
Again, I'm half proficient.
Yes. Again, you're half proficient. I was specifically asking if anyone was specifically proficient. Kaya is. It's not hard to determine. North, south, east, west. Just look for the sun. If you have to climb a tree to do so, you can. But you can determine which direction to go, and your group would have to start heading south. You do so. Travel is not difficult, but I do want everybody to go ahead and give me survival checks. Or not survival checks and animal handling checks. Ichabod, I think you're pretty good with your horse. You have that innate bond.
Not an animal. It's a spirit.
Exactly. So you don't need to make that check.
Oh, why was that? What?
Damn.
Surviving.
So a 20 on survival and a 12 on animal handling.
I got a 20 on survival.
And if it will assist us in making our way from time to time, I can send up my familiar to scout out the area because he flies.
Yeah, absolutely. Why don't you go ahead and make a perception check with your toucan, and
Sure.
he can be keeping an eye out while the rest of you are more focused on making your way through the deep forest. Now, like I said, it is a deep, dense forest. That's why you're rolling survival. It's you're picking your way through the forest, trying to find you're not going to find a path in the forest, but you can find game trails and things of that nature. The animal handling is to see whether or not you can actually control your animals just fine. So, Kaya, what did you roll for both of those?
15 for survival, 16 on animal handling.
Do me a favor and put your microphone close to your mouth. Thank you. So yeah, that is a success. Ichabod?
I rolled a 20 survival.
Okay. Blaznir?
I think a 9 survival. I don't know why it rolled with advantage. I have nothing toggled for advantage. So.
Okay, it might just be toggled on your sheet to always roll with that.
No, I checked everything. It's a toggle advantage, and it was on normal, and just
Weird.
It's weird. But
anyway, a 9 for survival and
9 survival, 19 handling.
Okay, so you're more following the rest of the group. You're that would be a failure for your survival, but this is a group check. So overall, things have been pretty good so far. Corin?
So I got a 20 on survival. I got a 12 on my animal handling. And Frazzle, my toucan, is a good boy because he got a 20 on perception.
Very nice. Okay, let me do Willow here real quick because she is a part of this. While the rest of you are doing just fine, Willow, goddamn, horrible on
Ouch.
both the survival and the animal handling. While you're all kind of making your way through the forest, we're going to say that Ichabod's probably in the lead there with that 20 survival, and Corin's kind of going along with them. And Willow's in the back, and that warhorse that she's on, wow, it's big, it's unruly, it's kind of stubborn, and it's really not listening too well. And it bucks her off, and she falls and lands splat into a mud puddle.
Willow's also small-sized, isn't she?
She's a changeling.
Yeah, she's a changeling. Right now, she would probably be medium because she said she's
Okay.
not. She did say specifically she's not going to be in child form very often.
That's fair.
But it's okay overall. It's been an overwhelming success for your group, and with that 20 perception for Fidget, he does see a few signs of things and animals and that sort of thing in the forest. One of the things he does spot is a very large warren, just a big old den in one side of a hill. And he sends you that information, and your group kind of steers clear from it. But you've seen similar things before. In a different forest that your group went down, you saw a warren that you fought some pretty big creatures in there. You remember that?
I do not.
What?
Oh no.
Would you prefer the truth or a lie?
Well, I mean, if you don't remember it, it's not that big a deal.
Nah,
But you
it's been a while.
when you were traveling through the forest to North Amia, you did encounter a group of ogres that were that lived there, and you went and cleared out their den. And it was big and round and in a hill, and you're like, yeah, let's steer clear of that. That's all I was really trying to say.
Gotcha.
Not in the mood to deal with ogres.
Mm-hmm.
We're
But
over
eventually,
that.
after about a good 6-7 hours of travel, it's definitely getting dark and it's getting late, and you realize you probably want to go ahead and find a place to rest. Now, who wants to take the lead in that and find a good place to camp for the night?
Depends. What kind of role is it?
Well, I think Blaznir wanted to use that survival skill of his.
It's just like I'm half proficient, and the DM doesn't give me a chance to use it.
Blaznir, you look like a man who's half proficient in survival.
Yeah, go for
Whoa,
it. I mean, you did roll a survival a little bit ago, so go ahead and roll another one.
Okay, I'm gonna guide myself. And
Always good.
We got Anesthetic in chat sending us bits, and she said, inspiration for Ichabod today. That's her Patreon perk, so yes.
Anesthetic loves me. Gave me inspiration last week too.
No.
I'm gonna send you a present.
Anesthetic likes that big dad energy.
Nice.
So what'd you get, Blaznir?
a 27.
27. Yeah, absolutely. Your group, you're looking around trying to find a good, secure spot. And there's a nice little clearing lined with trees near a cliff that seems relatively dry and flat, and there's some rocks around it. And you actually find that there is a very old fire pit that pretty obvious it hasn't been used in months and months. It's kind of a little bit overgrown, but it looks like it's a pretty good, secure spot to rest for the evening. Anesthetic saying, yeah, she's all about the dads.
All right. I'm due to bed down.
Okay. It's about 9 o'clock in the evening by the time your group finds the spot. How are you setting up for camp for this evening?
I did buy a tent.
Got some tents?
Yeah, I bought a 2-person tent, but I don't intend to share it.
Did anybody else get tents, or is Ichabod the only one?
No, I've had a tent.
I think I have a tent.
Anesthetic's asking, she didn't miss Ichabod reuniting with his wife, right? And no, he has not found his wife yet. He went to Port Suliard looking for her, but she was not there.
Oh, still following her trail. Oh, Prudence.
Mm-hmm. But Ichabod's setting up his camp. Who wants? One of you will probably build a fire. Blaznir, you're really good at that.
Actually, what I excel at. I am full proficient with setting fires.
I was about to make that same joke.
Yeah. So Blaznir sets the fire. Willow helps out with the cooking, and your group settle in for a meal as you're all hanging out there around your fire with your camp set up. Now, as the evening begins to draw down, you all start talking about setting watch and that sort of thing. Go ahead, everyone, just give me perception checks as you're all just kind of hanging out and preparing for the night.
Matt,
Yes.
I will make sure to take my saddle and various tack off of my horse and brush it down a bit
Okay.
at the end of the day, just to make sure, because I know otherwise that'll start wearing on it.
Oh, definitely.
And
yeah, no, everyone has to do that
by horse, I mean unicorn.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot you have that big strap-on horn that you yeah, he's got a big old strap-on that he puts on his horse's head and fixes there to make it look like a unicorn.
Yep. I got a 26 on perception with a natural 20.
I got 26 on perception without a natural 20, so
Wow.
Show off.
Yeah, Blaznir, you and Corin, the two of you are probably at this point over there by your horses. I'm going to move you all right over there, really just working on your animals together. While we're going to say Willow and Shokan are working on the dinner dishes, and Ichabod, what are you doing?
I got a 19.
And Ichabod, you got a 19. What are you doing during this time while those two are doing their horses?
I'm gonna say I'm in my tent silently praying, but my ears are open.
Well, your ears are definitely open, and you can hear these sounds. You can only hear the sounds of rustling in the trees. And you've been hearing quite a bit of it. There is a bit of wind going on, but you definitely, as you're hearing this, you're praying. You're trying to focus on that. But then there's that snap sound.
I'm like whisper praying, and then I just stop, and then I stand up and I look outside and I look at Blaznir and Corin.
Well, Blaznir.
As soon as I hear snap, I'm gonna summon Kyan.
Well, here's what I was getting ready to describe what the two of you see while he's hearing this.
Okay.
Give me 1 second here.
Ichabod's still thinking about that pinup.
I left it behind.
It's totally rolled up in his saddlebags.
You're gonna have to make some rolls to discover if that's true or not.
But anyway, Ichabod, you're there in your tent. You hear that sound at the same time. Blaznir and Corin, the two of you are kind of brushing down those horses, and you hear the same thing, that a loud snap. And you all look towards the sound, and it came from the north. And each of you, well, neither of you really, well, actually, no, Corin, you do have dark vision, so you would actually see this shape, a very tall, hulking shadow that moves from just slightly behind one tree, probably right about up here at the top. Blaznir, you're looking at as well, and the moment you heard that sound, you summon Kyan, and he pops out there next to you, and that gives you a little bit of life as well. What's that?
He's a bit above me, so he doesn't explode onto horses.
Fair enough. Now, does he shed any light? Is he on fire or anything like that?
I think we've determined that he does shed like 5 feet of light, not much.
Okay.
That's what I have in his sheet. So.
Feet bright, 5 feet dim, or is it just 5?
That's for the DM to decide.
Okay.
I'm going to give it to you. It's not a lot, but he does glow a little bit. And yeah, that sound definitely came from the north. Corin, you can see a very tall, massive hulking shape, long form arm shapes as well. It's way back at the end of your vision, just in the dark, but you see it, and it's beginning to move towards you. You have 1 moment to make a reaction before he steps forward. In that reaction time, what do you do?
Halt and identify yourself, as I point at him.
Okay. Well, you call this out, halt and identify yourself, and as you say that, you see this creature stepping forward just into the point where you can see him. As you are, let's see. Yep, okay. Well, what you are able to see is the massive form of a troll stepping out into your field of vision, and I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Roll initiative.
I poke my head out and go, "What's going on?"
Now you hear what's going on at the same. You do poke your head out just as Corin yelled out, "Halt! Who goes there?" So you know something's up.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled pretty good.
I rolled. Okay.
I rolled terribly.
Blaznir, what's happening? I distract you.
That's really sure. I think something's out there.
Yes, indeed. Something is definitely out there.
Troll in the dungeons. Thought
Don't
you all
forget-
should know.
Don't forget to click on your tokens.
I did.
I did.
I think the turn order thing wasn't up yet.
Yeah.
It'll still pop up. So there it is.
It just needed a moment.
How many horses do you think we're going to lose?
Don't know.
I know how many we're not going to lose.
All of them. Definitely all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm placing my bets on at least 2 die.
Possible. Which one of these horses is Salvatore?
I think I just pulled out all war horses.
Mhm.
I don't know. Can you control any of them?
He's a fighting horse. I can control all of them.
Okay.
So
that's
just.
not gonna
Oh wait, this one actually he has his AC in there, so that's got to be me. This one over here. Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, that one is Salvatore.
Awesome. He's a fighting horse.
Pony fights too. Even more pony carnage.
There, I actually put his name on the token so you can see, so you can determine that it is him.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, your head's poking out of that tent. Your entire group has now been alerted that something's going on when Corin yelled, "Halt and identify," and you are the first one to react, Corin. So, what do you want to do?
Move up. Yeah. And I'm gonna throw out a chromatic orb for fire.
Oops, I forgot to do Willow. There, now she's in.
A 27 to hit, good sir.
Yeah, that's definitely going to hit.
19 fire damage.
Okay. Damn it. I'm going to have to reload roll 20. Give me 1 second.
Mhm.
Okay. Do I know that it's a troll?
Yeah, trolls are fairly easily discernible. They're
Cool,
big,
then
they're ugly, they're scary, and as a college boy, you've definitely heard descriptions of them.
Oh,
I will yell out to the rest of the party, Troll!
I like it. Okay, there we go. The map is now working again. Got the music working again. Everything's going good. Yeah, that troll got hit with a huge blast of fire energy. 19 points of damage. Pretty damn big. Let me see here. Okay. He has now been hit by that fire. It explodes on his chest, and he just roars in this massive, horrible sounding of agony. His chest is now aflame. Just a little bit, not enough to cause extra damage, but you can definitely tell that he has been singed and burned up, and got a little bit of smoldering embers there, which probably makes him at least a little bit easier to see.
Mm-hmm.
Good job on that. Do you do anything else on your turn?
Yeah, I'm just gonna move back next to my horse and put a steadying hand on it. Obviously, if it really wants to run away, I can't really stop it, but I'm gonna try and keep it as calm as I can.
Now, are you grabbing the reins or anything like that?
Are they tied up currently?
You had them hobbled. Usually, whenever you're hobbling a horse at the end of the night,
Mhm.
you're wrapping some rope around their legs a little bit.
Mhm.
It keeps them from wandering off too far, and you probably have the reins tied up onto something, like some rope between them to keep them all together, and probably tied to a stake or a tree or something
Okay.
like that. That's
Well-
usually how you keep horses together at night.
Then I probably shouldn't grab the reins because if they're all connected together and one horse decides to bolt, then it's gonna pull me along with it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna speak softly to them and try and keep them as calm as I can in a bad situation like this.
Okay, I like it. That's going to be it for Corin's turn. Anesthetic just redeemed an extra turn for Kaya. So I'm just going to go ahead and let Kaya go next, and then when she gets to her turn, she's going to go again. I figure it'd be easier that way. So you have an extra turn now, right at the end of Corin's turn. Sorry, Ichabod, but that's how it goes sometimes when somebody redeems. But anyway, Kaya, you go ahead and go next. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go forward. Hold on a second. Let me check something here. Because I feel like I can do dash as a bonus action.
I think you can step up the wind.
Yes, you can step of the wind, which allows you to do that, but it costs a key point, I believe.
Yeah, we're getting ready to go down for the night, so I'm gonna step of the wind here. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And then my dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to come up here and, I mean, we all know what Kaya does.
What's that? What does she do?
The old 1-2 with my quarterstaff. So 23 and a 14.
The 23 does hit. The 14 does not.
That does not surprise me. 13 damage. And then I am going to Flurry of Blows for 2 of those. I'm assuming 25 and 27 both hit.
Yes, they do.
For that much damage. Another 21 damage.
For another 21 points of damage. You're just pummeling this troll.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, this poor thing was just out there looking for a meal, came up looking at the fire, and you're just pummeling the living shit out of this guy. He ain't looking great. He's not dead by any stretch of the imagination, but you've definitely hit him pretty hard.
Yeah, he ain't gonna find an easy meal here.
Definitely not. Is that it for your turn? For your extra turn?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it for your extra turn. Next, we're moving on to Ichabod. And Ichabod, Anesthetic has also redeemed an extra turn for you, so you get to go twice.
Oh, damn! Okay, in that case, I'm gonna run up to Salvatore, 15 feet, hop up on his back, and I just slash his reins. Because he's not gonna go anywhere anyway, so
Yeah.
I don't tie him up. So I slash his reins, I jump up there, and then I would like to have an extra turn. Is it a full action to do like a perception check to look around?
I'll allow you to use your
listen.
bonus action to try to do that.
Okay, I'm going to use my bonus action to make a perception check to try to see, like, is this troll alone, so that we don't get caught unawares. So I'm going to make a
Good plan.
That's 15 perception. I get up on my horse and then I look around and listen.
Okay. Now, it is fairly dark in this area, but not whole dark. The moonlight is out there. It is a cloudless night, so even though it is a dense forest, there's a little bit of light, and the light from the fire kind of helps out a little bit. You can, with your 15 perception, I'm going to say that you're able to see that there is some movement up on the top of the cliff in this general area.
Then I shout out, heads up, I don't think this troll's alone. And I kind of nod my head in that direction. How tall is that cliff?
That right there is about a 15-foot tall cliff. Not too big, but kind of big.
Okay, not exactly my forte, climbing. But, so I'll just make everybody aware of it. And then I will ride up to this troll up here that I can see. Because Salvatore has 60 feet of movement, so we should be able to get right up next to him. And Salvatore can do a trampling charge, so he's going to try to hit him with a hoof attack.
Okay, I like it.
16 from Salvatore.
16 is enough to hit.
For 11 bludgeoning damage, and he has to make a strength saving throw.
I like it.
And I think I still have my own action, right? It's extra turn.
That is a 16 to save.
Okay. So he doesn't fall prone.
Okay.
But now I'm going to take my action to whip this guy. Actually, I'm going to hit him with my long sword. Oh, that's a nat 1 on the first one.
Yeah,
so
you swing that holy sword that you now possess, slashing at the troll, but he's definitely aware of your presence on that horse, so he just kind of dodges back out of the way.
I'm gonna try again. That's a 26.
There you go. That's definitely gonna hit.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so dueling because I've got my shield out. So 10 damage total.
10 points of damage. Not too bad there. solid slash with with that holy long sword of yours, cutting across this troll's chest and doing a good amount of damage. 10 points in
Okay,
total.
so it's my action, bonus action, and then Salvatore's turn for the extra turn. So now it's my turn again.
Yep.
And I'm going to hit him 2 more times. Shocking nobody. That's a 14 on the first
14 is a miss.
And another nat 1.
Wow.
I was ready to bed down, y'all. I was ready to go to sleep.
Yeah, you go swinging at that thing, and as you're swinging, he just reaches out and catches your fist with his hands, and he just kind of pulls you toward him, and he just...
That is just nasty. And then as my bonus action on this turn, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on Kaya.
On Kaya? Okay, what does that give Kaya?
Plus 2 AC.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Kaya, you now have an extra 2 AC to you. So keep that in mind.
My turn.
I'm going to go ahead and put like a little shield or something on there to remind you that it's there. There we go. I found a fist for the Fist of the Father. There we go. Okay. That's it for your turn. Next up, we got the troll. And the troll is holding on to your fist, Ichabod, and he kind of pulls you close and just gives you this big, toothy grin. And he reaches out and tries to bite you.
Thank you.
So he gets 3 attacks total, 1 of its bite and 2 of its claws. So here's the bite attack at you, Ichabod. That's a 14, which is going to miss. You just pull your shield up and block that as at that face coming towards you. Then 2 claws come slashing out. 13 doesn't hit, but does the 23?
It does. My AC is 22.
Okay. You manage to deflect that first slash, but the second time you're like unable to pull your shield back in time, and he just rips into you. That is a total of 13 points of slashing damage. Okay. That's it for the troll. Can't really do a whole lot, but he has released you. What's that?
Shield of Faith is
concentration. So, yep, go ahead and make a concentration check.
It's a saving throw?
Yeah, saving throw.
Con save.
Yeah, con saving throw.
Oh, as long as I don't roll a 1 or a 2, I can pass. Okay, 16.
Yep, 16's good enough. You managed to hold on to your spell. Okay, next up we have Willow's turn. Well, let's see.
Learn them about the other ones.
Okay. Let's see. What can Willow do on her turn? Doesn't have a whole lot of abilities here.
Transform into an attractive female troll.
Yeah, can't really get to the troll.
Can she help keep the horses calm?
Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to be able to do with her right now because doesn't see any more enemies in the immediate area. You two seem to be handling that troll just fine, so she is going to move up to the horses. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, right up to this one. She's going to use her action to try to keep the horses calm and together. So she's going to make an animal handling check. 10. Well, it's not bad. Willow isn't the greatest in the world at dealing with animals, but she grabs onto the reins, kind of pulls them down, and is trying to keep them calm and collected as much as she can in this moment. So that's going to be her turn. I don't think she really has any. Yeah, she doesn't have any ranged weapons. She only has a catapult spell, which doesn't go that far.
Mm.
So yeah. So yeah, that's going to be Willow's turn. Kaya, it's we're still back to your turn. This is your actual turn, not your extra turn. But what are you wanting to do for your regular turn?
I mean, probably much of the same. Let me here do 2 hits with the quarterstaff. Yeah, 29, 28 hits. So that much damage.
So that much damage.
Yeah, a 13 and an 8.
So that would be
So
21. Yeah, that's 21 points of damage in total, which is more than enough to take this troll out. Finally, just slamming your fist or your quarterstaff into the side of this troll's face, you feel its neck snap and its head just spin around, and it drops to the floor, dead.
Okay.
You doing anything else for your turn?
Remind me again, did Ichabod mention, like, did he yell out that he saw movement over in this other area?
Oh yes, I did.
Okay.
Up on the ledge, I heard some movement.
I'm gonna start making my way over that way. So. I'll go, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. I'm gonna come over here and do I actually see that up there?
Well, if you got dark vision, then yeah, I would say you do.
Okay, then I'll see him up there and I'm gonna yell out, over here, there's another one.
Yeah, you do see another one kind of going around a tree, and it is currently being obscured by some bush and some foliage. Foliage. Thank you, foliage. That was a weird way of saying it, but yeah, you definitely can see that troll is there, hiding in the trees, waiting for his turn.
Okay, that'll be it for me for now, because I won't be able to go up there and do my flurry of blows, because that's gonna be too long, isn't it?
Well, I mean, how much movement do you got?
Well, I mean, if I use a key point, I got another 50 feet.
Yeah, but that's a bonus action.
That is a bonus action.
Oh, okay, yeah. So then, no, I'm gonna just stay where I'm at.
Okay, fair enough. That's it for Kaya's turn. Blaznir, you're up next.
Right. Hearing all the people yell about how there's something up there, I'm gonna take some phosphorus out of my coat pocket and just kind of trace a little rune and cast Wall of Fire, but transmuted to be cold damage, so I don't set the entire forest on fire. So I'm gonna do that.
Wait, you can do that?
Yeah, I took a feat.
Oh, cool.
And cast Wall of Fire along that ridge.
Blue fire.
Yeah.
Cold fire.
Yep, cold. It's still fire, but it's cold fire, so it's like burning cold. It's really weird.
It's not going to set the forest on fire, is it?
I guess we're about to find out, aren't we?
I mean, if it's cold damage, it shouldn't.
Yeah, that's my theory, but it's okay. I can make it rain, so yeah. So it's just going to go along the ridge. I guess I just draw it. How does this work?
I'm going to give you something, so give me 1 second here. How big of a wall is it? It is 60 feet long and 20 feet high and 1 foot thick. Dear God.
Yeah, like If I can, I just kind of want it like along the entire ridge, not as much as I can.
So that right there is a 60-foot long thing, and you should be able to move it.
I want it. Yeah, maybe like right there.
So you're wanting that right there? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you cast the spell, and whoosh, this big bright wall of blue. Well, not exactly fire, but not exactly ice either, because it looks like fire, but definitely cold energy is radiating off of it. In this long line right here, everyone can see it. I'm going to say it probably gives a bit of light too, but it's not going to let me. So I don't know. Yeah, anyway. Sure enough, yeah, that definitely creates a big old ice thing right along there. Well, you know what? I got this. That works. So there you go.
Cool.
Gives you at least a little bit of light.
We can't really see through it because it is opaque, but
Yeah. But it still shines some. So, like, you can't see past it.
Yeah.
So actually, I'll even do that. That's a good idea.
Cool.
So there you go. So you can't see past it. That work?
Yeah.
I like it. But there you go. You got this big wall of ice fire? I don't know what to call it, but sure as hell is working. And there you go. That's right there, Blaznir. What else are you doing?
bonus action. How much movement does Kyan get? I'm gonna command Kyan to do stuff. I think he can get to. Yeah. All right. He's just gonna just pretty much just hop on the back of Kaya and just sit there, hunker down.
Okay.
And I'm going just back away a little bit. Actually, right there, just so the horses don't trample me.
Okay. So you go running over next to Ichabod's tent and kind of hunker down there.
Yep.
Okay, next off. Okay. Let's see, 5, 10, 15. He's going to need to make an athletics check. So what's going on here is there's a big-ass troll right down here. Give me 1 second. I'm talking to the audience. He moves 15 feet up to that edge. He can see that weird blue glowing thing there, and he's just like, nah, that ain't for me. So instead, he's going to make an athletics check to jump off the ledge, which he passes with an 18, no problem. He lands right down there. He's going to move another 5, 10, 15 feet to right there. Okay. Okay, so Blaznir, you should be able to see just at the edge of your vision a little bit, possibly. Let me see here if you can.
I
can see
can.
it.
Yeah, sure enough, a huge lumbering troll comes stepping into your view. Now, this one's different from the others that you've seen so far. It seems to be covered in like gigantic green, yellow warts all over his body. They're almost like open sores, and some of them actually do seem to be open and dripping some like blackish fluid out of them. This creature is horrific looking. And it just looks at you standing there next to that tent and kind of gives a big old grin as it reaches down and grabs a rock out of the ground.
Whoa.
He pulls this thing out and hefts it, and looking at you, he just kind of and he launches it directly at you. What's that?
I was just checking the range on something.
Fair enough. So that's a 24 to hit, Blaznir.
It might.
Yeah, a giant big fucking rock comes flying right at you and smashes into your chest, knocking you back. 12 points of bludgeoning damage. You're welcome, Ichabod.
Why does that say it's a big fucking rock?
Because I wanted to see the look on your face when you saw it. That's exactly why.
Constitution save. Okay, I'm good.
Took 12 big fucking rock damage.
Yeah, you did take 12 big fucking rock damage, and your chest is you probably got a hairline fracture in your ribs a little bit as that rock hits you straight in the chest. Ow.
Come on, what gives?
Your chest gives when
Yeah.
the giant fucking rock hits it.
Yeah, definitely.
Blaznir, are you half proficient in big fucking rock? You should do
I do
that.
have a couple rock spells, so
Oh, he is half proficient.
yeah, I can go into rock, become one with it.
Next is the troll's turn. 5, 10, 15, 20,
Should have became one with that rock.
25.
Oh, I don't have it prepared, so you know, like
The story of your life.
He did
I
become
know,
one
right?
with that rock.
Yeah, you know, it is always the story of Blaznir's life. He can never, ever have the spell he needs prepared.
Yeah.
Weird.
big dumb spells prepared today. Like none of these are good.
Well, guess what, Kaya? The troll has just walked around that big thing of blue fire, just carefully making its way around it. It sees you and has picked up another big rock and is hurling it right at you. That's a 19 to hit.
Oh, it's a shame that misses.
Yeah, I suppose so. You just kind of step back out of the way as that big old rock just slams down into the ground next to you.
Did the Shield of Faith help you there?
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, I also have deflect missiles, so...
It gets
that
to
would've
do
been
the
funny.
rock. It gets to do the rock through twice. Actually, I forgot the troll had multi-attack too. The one before. Yeah, it actually did have a second attack for throwing the rock. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. Throwing at you, Blaznir.
No fair. I don't have
That's-
multi-attack.
That's a 19 to hit.
Yeah.
So another 11 points of big fucking rock damage at you, Blaznir.
The FR damage.
Yep.
Alright,
So-
another time save.
Now the second rock from that's being thrown at you, Kaya, is that's a 20 to hit, which I believe still misses.
That misses as well.
Yeah, because you're what, at 21 right now?
Yep.
Good thing. Well, 2 rocks thrown at you, both times just barely missing. Next up, we got another troll. Move 5, 10, 15 feet to right there. And it's going to go ahead and just jump off the ledge. So athletics check to jump. That's a 14, which is fine. Lands down right there. That's was that 20 feet of movement, 25 and 30, which I'm going to have him move right there. 30 feet to right there. He's picking up a big fucking rock too. Blaznir, another troll throwing rocks at you.
No thanks.
That's a 24 to hit and a 22 to hit.
Yeah, go ahead. 14 and 13. Oh,
so
boy.
27 points of damage. While 2 more rocks just come flying up over the tent. The tent's probably smashed by this point. Just so you know, Ichabod, going through there, has been smashed down to the ground by these big fucking rocks that Blaznir is just being basically like buried.
Rocks.
My wildfire fades.
Oh, yep, there you go. With that concentration check, the spell is gone.
I'm just grumpy and I lose the
It's
spell.
okay though, because sadly it wasn't doing anything.
I thought maybe, giant wildfire would scare these things off, but I think they're too dumb to be scared.
Probably. Next time, just cast it on the guys.
It's alright, I don't know if you can see him.
Yeah, he couldn't see him at the time. So he was. I feel like you were trying to actually see, as well as hopefully keep them in between you and them. But the way you put it, like each one was right on the edge, so they're just like, "Oh no, I'm going to walk around."
Yeah, but
I mean, it was a fair thought.
Yeah, it was a good try. It just didn't work out. But we are at the top of the order. Actually, before that, Anesthetic just sent a healing surge to you, Blaznir. So go ahead and roll 3d4 plus 3.
3, 4.
So that's 9.
So you
Thank
healed.
you.
Yeah, the gods seem to be looking favorably upon you right now, and just a wave of healing energy hits you and restores you for 9 hit points. But it's your turn, Corin. What are you wanting to do?
Right, so I'm gonna move 30 feet. Apologies, Blaznir, but I'm afraid I must steal your, style with a fireball.
Poif.
Oh yeah, there you go. Got 2 of them in your radius.
As I do the high-level wizard finger pyramid.
Okay, so DC 17 dexterity checks for these 2 guys. This will be great. That's a nat 1 for a 4, so the troll definitely failed.
Hell yeah.
That's a 14 from the bigger troll, so that's a failure as well.
Nice.
So 28 points of fire damage to each of them as your ball of fire just explodes around these 2 trolls, burning through them. You just smell the most sickening, disgusting stench you can possibly imagine come off from the burning hair of these creatures. And let's see here. Okay, that doesn't affect anything right there.
And I'll yell over to Ichabod as much as you can hear me through the pitched sounds of battle. Don't forget to burn the corpse.
I don't conjure fire.
Are you an adventurer or not? Torches?
That sounds like a lot of work. Blaznir, can you take care of this?
Whoo-wee, ouch. Yeah, big boom on both of those trolls, burning away. You can definitely see them taking that fire damage and are looking pretty damn hurt.
Cool.
Okay. You doing anything else on your turn, Corin?
No, I'm not going to get close enough to try and shove either one of these things, so...
That's fair. Ichabod.
Like I said, just reminding the party to burn the corpses.
Okay.
I'm decidedly not gonna do that. Because I got somebody to fight. So I'm gonna ride Salvatore up to the ledge here. Right here. And then I'd like to stand up on his back and see if he can give me a little boost to jump up there.
So, how tall is a horse? They're usually they're pretty damn tall. They're like...
Yeah, you said this is 15 feet. So I imagine if I stood upright on him, I could probably reach the top, and it wouldn't be too much to climb over.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, too. Like, a horse is... Like, a war horse is probably about 6.5 feet tall just themselves. They're pretty damn big animals, and then you're a almost 6 foot tall dude, or right at 6 foot,
I'm 6 foot too.
Oh, there you go. So, yeah, what I want from you to do this... you're going to make an acrobatics check for me. This is going to be... Because, like, it's 15 feet, so you could literally stand up on there and try to jump.
Can I do an athletics check to just pull myself up, pure strength?
So you're just going right to the edge and grabbing the ledge and just pulling yourself up? Did you have enough movement to get to the ledge there?
Well, this is all Salvatore's movement.
Yeah, I know, but I'm asking, did Salvatore have enough movement to get... Right now, you're not on the ledge, so I'm asking...
Oh, I see. Yeah, this would be like 30 feet.
Okay, then yeah. Then
60,
yes.
so.
Okay. Then based on where the token's placement, then yes. You would be able to try to stand up on your stirrups, grab the ledge, and pull yourself up using an athletics check.
21.
21's just enough, I'm going to say. Well,
just enough?
Not just
I was going to say, I stood on my horse.
It is enough.
Thanks, Salvatore. I don't think that he could make it with the rest of his movement to get that guy. Nope. So Salvatore's going to just wait for me. And then I am going to run up to this fella up here. Can I also get some light? Because I've got my longsword out.
Okay. How much light does the longsword give you?
15 bright, 15 dim.
You got it.
Then I'm going to give this guy a good number of whacking.
Yeah, that glowing, radiant, holy longsword of yours that you've had specially created for you in North EMEA. I feel like this is going to end up being like a family heirloom or something like that.
I gave it a name. So.
Yeah, you did. I see that. The Son of Balrus. So, yeah, a 26 is definitely going to hit.
Okay. So 19 damage total, 13 slashing, 6 radiant damage on my first hit, but I'm also going to try to trip him, superiority dice. So he's going to take an additional 8, and then he needs to make a strength saving throw. I slash at his Achilles heel.
I'm doing math in my head. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what check do you need?
Strength.
Strength check, you got it.
Strength save.
Saving throw. That's a 15.
Ooh, that just saves.
Okay, you tried to trip him, kicking it in his shins, and he kind of howls a little bit, but he is still standing.
Well, I'm going to hit him again. Or not. I'm going to use my inspiration.
Yeah, good call.
15?
15 just hits.
Nice. Okay. And that's going to be 8, 9.
14 more points of damage.
14, yeah. 14 points of damage. And I think I'm going to put away my shield so I can hit him with a bonus action.
Okay, I like it.
I'll whip him. Oh, 14's not going to do it.
Nope, 14's not enough, unfortunately.
All right. Well, I'm standing here, whip in one hand, sword in the other hand.
Yes, indeed.
And I am my turn.
That's the end of your turn. Next up, we come to the troll who was beaten the hell out of by Kaya and now lays dead on the ground. But since it did not die taking fire damage, it regenerates 10 points of healing and just wakes back
Isn't
up.
It takes fire damage in the round. I thought it was like just like in that round entirely. If it takes fire damage, it stops
Did
regenerating.
it take any?
Yeah, I hit it with a
Yeah.
chromatic orb.
Oh,
Yeah, well, you hit it with a chromatic orb, but then its turn came up. And
Yeah, it
so
went around.
it had its turn.
It did, yeah.
And then after that, it died and did not take any more fire damage. So it is still alive. It has come back alive now once again and has 10 points of life left.
Corin, why didn't you say something?
Ichabod can't see because he doesn't have dark vision, but Corin is glaring.
Yeah, sure
Yeah, I'm
enough.
mostly unawares.
It only has half its movement. Has to use half its movement to get back up. It's going to move 5, 10, 15 right there. Yeah, it's going after the big boomy guy that hurt him the last round because it looked at Kaya and Kaya's over there next to the horse and he sees Corin right there in the distance and he's like, "Fuck that dude." Picks up a big ass rock. That's a 16 to hit, Corin.
There's horses in the way.
Well, it's lobbing it over your head, and it's coming like over the head. It's coming down like a softball.
That's fair. My armor class is 18.
Okay. Well, you manage to jump back out of the way as that rock just smashes into the ground right by your foot. And another one's thrown and misses as well with a 9. So you are good to go. But he's still up, and he's looking kind of murderous. But you know what? It's Willow's turn. And Willow, seeing the rock thrown, pulls out her weapon. She has a radiant sword as well, which doesn't really help to keep this thing down, but at least it's going to kill him. Possibly. How much space?
And Willow was definitely close enough to me when I said, "Hey, burn the corpse."
And Willow has bonus action dash, so you could get to him.
She does. Yes, she does, which is exactly what she's going to have to do. So she's going to move her full movement to get to there, and then bonus action dash to get to the troll. Once there, let's see. Does she have 2? Yes, she does have 2 attacks. Nice. So 2 swings with a radiant greatsword. 18 and 24, both do hit.
Nice.
He's down.
Yeah, more than enough to take this guy out. With that, the thing just drops to the ground once again, seemingly dead. Actually, hold on. There's a thing about trolls, too. Yeah, whenever a troll takes at least 15 slashing damage at one time... Oh, that's slashing damage at one time, so no, that wouldn't work. Never mind. Damn. Oh, well. It is still at least knocked out for this turn. And Kaya, you're up next.
Okay, I probably heard that, but then subsequently saw Willow take care of it, so I'm gonna just go on up here. 5, 10, 20, 25, up to this guy.
Now, keep in mind that was a 15-foot wall that you had to run up, so that counts as 15 feet of movement.
Yeah, I got 50 feet.
Okay.
I can go up walls.
Yes, you can. I was just reminding you how much movement you're using.
Yeah, because that was like what 5, 10, 15. Yeah, because that was 25 just to get here, not counting that 15 foot.
Perfect. Then you're good to go.
All right, and 2 swings. Hold on. 28 hits. Does a 17 hit
Both do hit.
for that much damage?
16 points of damage.
And then, flurry of blows again, of course. Okay, that's 18 hits and then 21 hits. So that's 11, 18 damage.
Whew, yeah, this troll is not looking good with 2 hits from the quarterstaff and 2 punches from her fists. Not looking good at all. But still alive.
And I think that's it for me, because I did there's really nothing else I can do.
Fair enough. Well then, that's it for Kaya's turn. Blaznir, you're up next.
Was his little guy on my back? Did he stay on my back when I ran up here?
It was on his back. Your back, wasn't it?
Yes.
I'm gonna say, Blaznir, go ahead and make an athletics check for Kyan to see whether or not he was able to hold on.
He has a +0. 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that no. When she went running up the cliff, it was just too much for the raccoon to hold on to, and he fell down and just kind of landed right there.
It's not a raccoon.
Oh,
Well, it's a red panda. Sorry, red panda.
Yeah. Thank you.
There is a difference.
My mistake.
It's alright, he can fly.
Yes, he can. So it's not a huge thing, but
Okay. Oh, is it my turn? It is, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Right, there's something I don't think this is a good idea. Because I'm not very melee at all. But I want to impress Ichabod. So, my bonus action, I'm gonna just kind of pat my face and, you guys start to see just everything on my body just starts, becoming feral. Like my teeth sharpen a bit and I grow fur everywhere. I'm casting Guardian of Nature on myself for Primal Beast.
okay, I like it. So bestial fur covers your body, your facial features become feral, and you gain the following benefits. Your walking speed increases by 10, you gain dark vision up to 120 feet, and you make strength-based attack rolls with advantage. Your melee weapon deals an additional 1d8 force damage on a hit. So that's
1d6.
1d6? Why 1d6?
It
Yeah.
says
That's
1d6.
what did I say?
1d8.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, 1d6.
I like the D8 better.
Yeah, can I do D8?
No.
no. Cursed.
Alright. And yeah, I'm gonna just charge after this one. Just with a little bit of unnatural speed and make my attack. And this is not a strength-based weapon, so that's fun. 15.
I mean, you technically can use strength.
Yeah.
I have a -1. Like.
So I
What's
mean,
better,
that's, yeah.
advantage
So
or-
either you get advantage or you get a higher roll. So it's one or the other for that. But 15 just hits.
Alright. So that's 6 points of slashing, 7 points of fire, and 3 points of force.
Okay.
And that's everything I have. Because I don't have multi-attacks.
Still pretty good.
I feel like Blaznir did something cool, but I couldn't see it.
Well, you do see he's got that flaming long scimitar. So I'm also going to give him a little bit of light.
I nod approvingly.
And I'm about to take a pummeling, and that's going to be fun.
There you go. You got a little bit of light coming off you now as you're holding that blazing scimitar in your hand. Yeah. Good job on that one. Next, we come to the Venom Troll's turn, and he is not happy, and you just made a really lovely target, Blaznir. So he's going to come running up directly towards you.
Better him than me.
Yep, it's making 3 attacks, 1 with its bite and 2 with its claws.
Oh,
Bite
3.
attack first.
Oh, no.
That's a 12, which I believe misses.
It does miss. Oh,
The 11 misses as well, but I'm pretty sure the 21 hits.
yep.
So that is 12 points of slashing damage and 7 points of poison damage. And you are poisoned until the start of the troll's next turn.
Oh,
What does that mean?
Okay, so the condition of poison.
I have concept for that?
A poison creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. So keep that in mind, Blaznir. You are now poisoned until that troll's next turn. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and Brandie just pointed out what time it is. It is 4:51, so we are going to go ahead and take a 10-minute break. That way we can go to the bathroom and grab a snack, and from there we'll finish up this encounter. Sound good?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Be right back, folks. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, so stay tuned.
Yeah. Okay.
We love you, anesthetic.
I'm gonna use my new Sentinel feat. When a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against a target other than you, you can use your reaction to make a melee weapon attack against that creature.
Yeah, go for it. Blaznir or Jedi Slayer 420 just said they can't hear me, so sorry about that. My mic is back on again. What happened is we're back from a break. The trolls it's the trolls' turn. One of them tried to attack Ichabod twice and Kaya once, and now Ichabod is doing that Sentinel. So go ahead and do that Sentinel attack.
Oh yeah. So that was a 26 to hit for 13 damage.
Wow. Guess what? That is enough to take this troll out with that radiant longsword. You plunge it directly into his chest and twist a bit, and it just burns with that holy energy, and he drops down to the ground dead.
Awesome.
Okay, that was your
Or
reaction.
is he?
Yep, or is he?
Or
That was your reaction.
Mm-hmm.
So next up we have the troll that's right there next to Blaznir, and he's just going for you.
See if I die.
What's that?
Might die. I might die.
Die. You're gonna be fine.
If it hits all 3 attacks, does max damage on the first one, then I'm gonna die. Like,
Well, you'll at least be unconscious.
I don't think he
well,
can.
I'm saying that if the next 2 attacks hit, then that
Then
wipes
you
out
get
my
2 fails.
Don't worry, Blaznir.
because it's critical.
I know that it's in your will
That's,
that you want to be reincarnated.
Because a melee attack
Oh, yeah. That's 2
fails.
You're right.
Yeah, so I legitimately could die.
Yeah, well, let's see what
let's see what
happens. 1 bite and 2 claws. First one's a 12. The bite, that misses. The claw with the 26, I guarantee hits. And the 25 hits.
Alright, I'm definitely down.
So 8 and 15. So for a total of 23 points of damage to you, Blaznir.
Yeah, so the first one doesn't bring me down, but the second one definitely does. So
Okay.
I'm unconscious and without any death saves.
Well, there you go then. You are currently unconscious and on the ground in front of that troll that with that second attack managed to finally hit you and pierce you enough to bring you down. Okay. That's the end of the troll's turn, because he doesn't have anything else he can do right now. Corin, you're up next, and you just saw the 2 trolls take out your friend.
Bloody idiot. Guess what? It's the greatest hits. It's time for another fireball.
Okay. Another fireball.
DC 17. 30 points of fire if they fail.
Let's see
So that's
how they
1
do.
death save off me.
Well, he aimed the fireball so it doesn't strike you. The fireball isn't hitting you. It goes flying
I
out
know.
and explodes. Exploding right in front of you, hitting those 2 trolls. First one, dex save. That's a 22 for the troll, so it did save.
Okay.
And a 21 for the troll. Wow.
So they both take 15 fire,
Yeah, they both take 15 fire damage.
which is better than nothing. And I'm gonna remove that.
Now, the moment that that troll was hit, the venom troll right there, it's hit by that fireball, and it explodes. And as it explodes, just the spray of poison comes shooting out from the troll. Everyone within 5 feet of him takes 2d8 poison. 2d8 poison damage. So let's roll that real quick.
Ow.
So that's
That's
9
lovely.
points of poison damage to both Blaznir and the troll next to him. So that is 2 death saves for you. Two death save failures for you, Blaznir.
Is that a melee attack?
Well, it's whenever your body takes damage. It's not
I
rolled.
thought it was whenever. No, I thought it was like a critical that gets 2 off.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it is.
I think it's if you get hit with a melee, you take 2 death fails. If you get hit with a ranged, it's 1.
Let's
It's
find
technically
out.
not incapacitated, so melee attacks are just automatically crits,
Yeah, it's automatic.
and it's a critical that
So hold on a second.
causes.
Let's see here. You are when you're unconscious, you are incapacitated, can't move or speak. It drops whoever's holding. It automatically sails strength and dexterity saving throws. Any attack that hits this creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature. Now, it doesn't say anything about damage and healing. Okay. If you take any damage when you have 0 hit points, you suffer a death saving throw failure. If the damage is from a critical, then you suffer 2. So yeah, you're right. It is just one death failure.
Yeah, so it would be 2 if it were a melee attack,
Yes.
but it's just an explosion.
Yes, so it's just an explosion outward so that you do have 1 failure on your death saves, Blaznir.
Okay.
Let's hope I don't roll a natural.
That's my turn.
Okay, that's your turn. Ichabod, you're up next. You got a dead troll at your feet. You just saw a fireball explode from somewhere to your south.
Mhm.
What are you doing?
I am going to turn around and run and jump onto Salvatore's back. He's been waiting so patient for me. Good horse. He's a real good boy. I give him an ear scratch. No, okay, anyway. Then we're going to ride down to Blaznir, which is 50 feet away, and he's got 60 feet of movement. And then I'm going to hop right off and put my hand on Blaznir and give him 20 hit points. With lay on hands.
Okay.
And then I told you you'd be fine.
Yeah, you jump down off your horse and you're just now, Blaznir, you just now see Ichabod looking up at you as the healing energy from his hand surges into your body.
And then as my bonus action, I'm gonna drop that Shield of Faith on my friend up there, and I'm gonna cast Searing Smite. So my sword catches in flame, and then I'm gonna action surge and take 2 attacks.
Okay, and who are you attacking?
I'm gonna hit this little bitch troll first.
Okay.
And we'll see. We'll go from there. That's only a 13.
Not gonna hit.
It's getting pretty empty over here, so I'm gonna use my my Channel Divinity Guiding Strike to add a +10.
Okay, then yeah, that will hit.
Okay, so that's going to be a good 21 damage.
21 damage is more than enough to take this troll out.
Oh, and then he also would take because it says the next time you hit, so I should have, yeah, that's fine. Because he would take the extra, 1d6 for the Searing Smite.
Okay.
So, but he's dead, so he's on fire, and he's dead.
So the Searing Smite does fire damage? Perfect. Yeah. Then that is enough. The troll is, slightly on fire and smoldering a little bit as it falls down to the ground. It is truly dead.
And then I still got 1 attack left, so I'm going to try to hit this other guy with 24.
24 is going to hit.
Damn. That's going to be 24. 24 damage.
24 more points of damage. So you slash into that troll as you cut this. Now this one doesn't do fire, correct?
No, because it just says on the next attack.
Okay, so you slash into it, doing a decent amount of damage, but as your blade comes clean and float and moves past, just that cut that you made sprays this black goo out, catching both you and Blaznir in it. So you're both going to take. Damn it!
That's the money shot right there.
11 points of poison damage. Both of you take that.
Yep. I'm almost down again.
Fortunately, Salvatore is not in the range of that, so he did not take the damage.
Shout out to Salvatore. Ooh, can Salvatore now take his turn and hoof this guy? Because he moved 50 feet, so he still has 10 feet of movement.
Yeah, why not? He can move right there.
He moves up, and he's going to try to get him with a hoof. That's a nat 1.
Yeah,
he doesn't like the poison.
He did not like the poison. He definitely seems to be afraid of the troll and not really wanting to get too close. And with that 7, definitely does not hit.
Salvatore, my magnificent beast.
That shit's
You can't
frozen.
be afraid.
Okay. Next up, we have the troll that is lying dead next to Willow. Willow had turned away and was like, okay, where's the next fight? And as she does, it rises up with 10 more hit points as it regenerates. And that thing's, doesn't need to move, so just stands up and begins just hacking away. 1 bite, 2 claws at Willow. What is Willow's AC? Yep, a 23 is definitely going to hit. And the 21 hits, but the 12 does not. So here we go. 8 piercing from the bite. Oh, wait a minute. That was supposed to be a claw attack, not a bite attack. But we'll use the number anyway. Well, I'm not counting that nat 20. We're ignoring that. We're just... Damn it.
We're doing damage.
Yeah, so I'm going to do it again. There we go.
Yeah.
11 points of damage. So 8 points of piercing damage and 11 points of slashing damage to Willow.
I just need a reaction spell to throw up giant colored letters in the sky that says, I told you so.
Darn it. I just think somebody else can handle it.
And
Yeah,
that's
if only
why
there
it
was someone
doesn't
with fire
get
magic here.
handled.
You want something done right, you gotta do it yourself.
Okay. Well, the turn for the troll is over, and it's Willow's turn, and she seems kind of surprised. She forgot that can't really. She needs that kind of thing to kill the troll. But now that everyone's been yelling about it and that sort of thing, they do have. Willow does have a few spells, and one of those spells is Burning Hands. So, putting aside her weapon, she's puts her hands out, kind of does a few motions, and Burning Hands at her enemy, the troll right there. Okay, so that's a DC 12 Dex save. Oh, that sucks. Well, does take half the damage this time. That is 6 points of damage. Not enough to take it out, but at least now it's on fire. So that's good. Put the little fire marker next to there. Jedi Slayer 420 has just redeemed an extra turn, and that's for Blaznir. So Blaznir, you have an extra turn right now.
Alright, I'm gonna just stand up and just kind of be a bit shaky, and I can do this all day. And gonna put both my hands on this giant whatever, and I'm gonna cast my own Burning Hands, but at 5th level, because I do not like this guy.
Okay. Well, I already know that's a Dex saving throw.
Yep.
God damn, you rolled really low.
I did, but I get an extra D8 because Cayenne's out, so okay.
Well, that was an 18, so the Venom Troll does succeed.
So 12.
Yep, 12 points of fire damage. Man, that troll is hardy. He is still alive.
How's he looking, though?
Looking pretty freaking beat up.
Mm.
Like his whole body is burnt up. Like it looks like he's been through a furnace. He's got all that ooze and fire and nastiness. And actually, you do take the damage from this. So let me do this real quick.
Blaznir, you need to get out of here.
Wait, I was thinking that was just slashing damage.
Nope. When the troll takes damage from any type but psychic, everyone within 5 feet is taking 2d8 poison damage. Boom.
Okay.
9 more points of poison damage to Salvatore, Blaznir, and Ichabod.
That's just enough to take me out. But question. I do have a question.
Yeah.
So Corin moves like right after me. Does he get this extra turn as well, or? Because he moves on my initiative.
But does he move up? But he moves separately from you. Like you could you give him.
Yeah.
That's a tough question, honestly, because
if you answer this yes, it means Salvatore would also get an extra attack every time.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say no. The extra attacks are just for your character.
Okay.
Or the extra turn, I mean. The extra turn is just for your character. It does not affect familiars. But did you have anything else you could do on your turn? You're just kind of down. Yeah, you're just unconscious now.
If that happens before I get to use my bonus action, then no.
Yeah, it happened the moment you did your action. So
yeah,
that's it for you. You are now unconscious once again, dropped to the ground, sprayed by that poison splash.
Blaznir.
So sad.
I wasn't paying attention.
Indeed
It's
you
fine.
were. But Kaya, it's your turn now. What are you doing?
So can I light a torch and just like drop it on this guy?
Thank you.
You could. Do you? Number one, do you have a torch? And number two, do you have flint and tinder?
Yes, I have a torch and tinderbox.
Then yes.
I got 8 torches, in fact.
So it takes an action to use a tinderbox to light a torch. It specifically says that in the in the text. However, you can drop the torch as a free action. So I'm going to say that yes, you can light your torch, and with your bonus action, kind of like prod the troll a little bit with it, start catching it on fire. You have to use your action, your bonus action to do this, but you're able to do it. To light that torch out, to light that troll on fire, so he does not come back.
I do that then, and then can I move?
Yeah, you still have your movement.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I'm just gonna go right here, and then that's it for now.
Yeah, absolutely, because just jumping off that would have negated your slow fall negates any damage. I'm not even going to bother rolling it for 15 feet, so yeah, you're good to go. Jedi Slayer 420 is saying, LOL, did I do that? I totally thought you'd take a potion first.
Oh, right, I do have potion. Oh my god.
Too late now.
Too late now, you're just unconscious. Kaya's turn is over. It is your turn, Blaznir. Luckily, waking up negated your last death save failure, so go ahead and roll.
17, so I'm good.
That is a success.
And Kyan gets to move. And he's going to do that, because if I'm down, then he just gets to do whatever.
Yes, he can just do whatever.
Yep. Let's see. How far can you make it? He can't make it very far. So that's an action to dash. Alright. He's gonna make his do his 30 feet, and then gonna use his teleportation to get to me, and just kind of on the ground and have his paw on my forehead.
Okay.
And just that's it. That's all he can do.
Yeah,
That's
Kyan
the saddest thing.
flying over, teleports, lands right there on his master, and is just pawing at your forehead, trying to get you to wake up. And yeah, it is really heartbreaking, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to try to teleport myself out, but he can't make it, so.
Okay.
Just yeah.
Next up, we got the Venom Troll's turn.
Come at me, foul beast.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to have to do, because you're right there in front of him. Blaznir is down on the ground. It's tempting to just pick up Blaznir and eat him, but I think he would deal with the stronger threat first.
Or there's the horse as well.
Yeah,
Sure.
that is true, the horse.
But it's up to you.
Big horse.
You can roll like a D3.
Oh, I did not mean to hit that. That was by mistake.
Whoa, he's throwing rocks!
Yeah, he's throwing rocks. But I wish I could have taken that because that's a 23. That would have been a good one, but it was me hitting it by mistake. So, bite attack and 2 claw attacks at Ichabod. That's a 26 with the bite. 14 for the one claw, 26 for the second claw. I assume at least those 2 26s hit.
Yeah.
So 6 piercing and 8 poisoned, and you are poisoned until the start of the troll's next turn. And for the claws, another 15 points of damage, 10 for slashing,
Okay.
5 for poison.
I'm gonna parry that claw attack.
Okay, what does parry do?
It reduces the damage by D8 plus my fighter level, which is 4, so I reduce it by 11.
11 points.
Isn't that a reaction?
That by 11.
Yeah, but it's starting to...
I thought you took your sentinel.
I thought that was on the last round.
Or was
except I
that
had my
last
turn
round?
since then,
That
right?
was the last round
Yeah,
before
okay.
he got up there. He
Yeah.
has not used his reaction this turn.
Cool.
So yeah,
So
you're
I'm
good to go.
gonna take 4.
Okay. I like it. So yeah, it takes a little bit less damage, but still not too bad. The troll is gonna, let's see, yeah, stay right where he is. Next up we have the troll, but it is now firmly on fire. This one over here. I always forget to use these effects, so I feel like I just should. Look, now it's on fire.
Yay.
Animated fire.
Anyway, that troll's dead. Corin,
Yes.
you're up next. Big group surrounding the troll. Your friend is down. His familiar is trying to wake him up. What are you doing?
Well, I'm definitely not getting close to the troll because I'm not an idiot, so I'm just going to try and chill touch it.
Hey,
It's a 16 to hit.
16. Let's see. Yes, 16 does hit.
For 15 necrotic.
Yeah, that is enough to take this thing out. So tell me, using the chill touch, how does this look?
It just one of those wounds that had been opened up before that was spraying poison every time it took damage. The hand just kind of latches onto the wound itself and just like rips at it. Just ripping it open.
Mm-hmm. And as it rips it open, that acid or that poison spray just comes shooting out from the thing's body, hitting both Blaznir and Ichabod for 10 points of poison damage. And so that's 1 death saving failure for you, Blaznir.
Yes. So if I don't roll a natural one.
And the thing just falls down to the ground. At least in this moment, apparently dead.
Cool. That will be my turn.
Okay. That's it for your turn, Ichabod. You are up next. Oh, wait a minute. There is still stuff going on. There's still another dude.
And that other troll
Yeah,
still
the
up.
other troll. My bad.
Yeah.
The other troll is still alive.
Yep. And that was necrotic, not fire damage, so
Yes, it was.
I did burning hands on
I
it,
don't
so
know if that matters.
Don't worry.
actually, that was
Well, no, that's true. He did do burning hands on him, so...
no, that was before its turn.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So, no.
Yep. Never mind.
So, never mind.
Don't worry. It's gonna be fine.
Well, it is your turn, Ichabod. The 2 trolls in front of you are dead. Willow seems to be fighting one in the distance behind. But what are you doing?
I crouch down and I lay on hands Blaznir again for 10 hit points. And then I go, Blaznir, you think you could throw some fire on this guy who just hurt you?
Give me a second. Just 5 seconds, please.
Alright, yeah, you can take as much time as you need, but it max out at 5 seconds, because in 6 seconds I have a feeling he's going to get up again. So,
Well, I mean, it ain't his turn anyway, so...
yeah. I'm just goofing.
I know.
And then I will, so that's my action. I will climb atop me horse. How far away are you? Let's see. Oh, perfect 60 feet. Okay, we're gonna gallop up to this feller here. And then as my bonus action, I will cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
Make a little whip appear. And whip this bad boy.
Yeah, go for it.
17.
Gonna hit.
Oh, I don't get that 2, but the 8 force damage.
Well, he had 4 points of damage, or 4 hit points left, and he was still on fire from Willow's turn. So that you whip him good with that spectral whip, and the thing takes the damage and just falls down to the ground, dead.
Alright, and then I go to sleep.
Yeah, because with that, you now have 4 big burning trolls, or at least 3 of them are burning, but after Ichabod, the troll's dead, then it's Willow's turn, then it's Kaya's turn, then it's Blaznir's turn. So you are able to set the Venom Troll on fire before...
Yeah, I'm just
his
gonna
turn.
barely just touch it and just burning hands.
You're using Burning Hands to do it? Okay, mark off the
Yeah,
spot.
Yeah, it's a level 1.
Isn't that gonna hurt you?
Is it?
Because it takes
Yeah.
damage, and you're within 5 feet, so it's
Yeah,
gonna shoot
so-
poison on
But
you.
Burning Hands is 15 feet, so he could get up, step back
But
15
he
feet.
didn't.
He didn't. He said he touched it
Okay.
and cast Burning Hands.
I think he's under the impression that Burning Hands is a touch spell.
No, I'm
Maybe.
under the impression that it's dead and wouldn't do that again.
Yeah, but it does, and the moment you
Yeah.
hit it with that fire, it just explodes in a spray of poison. One last time, you take 8 points of poison damage,
Still up.
and you're still alive.
I just barely raise a thumb, and oh boy.
Blaznir is covered in this black goo poison, like just head to toe. He's just covered in it, Carrie style. Everyone else is just like, oh, okay, well, good job. You're still up, I guess.
Can you press to digitate this?
I brush myself off slightly because I'm probably not actually injured because I didn't get hit. And normally my character would go over and press the digitation to get rid of the smell, but he chose to walk up there and go into melee, so I'm not coming near all that poison and gross.
Now, don't punish Blaznir. He's trying to expand his horizons. I, for one, am proud of you, Blaznir. That was real brave.
I'm never doing it again.
Well, you tried it. You weren't too good at it, but it's about the effort.
It's never happening again.
26.
Well, don't say that because you're about to go into a gladiator tournament.
3.
That's true.
Alright, I'm good. Almost at half.
Well, my prayer was interrupted, so I think I'm going to get back to it.
Yeah, your tent is a bit crushed.
No!
Yeah, and you look over and quite a few rocks has been thrown through your tent. It's definitely been smashed up and actually has a big boulder on it right now.
My prayer box. I dig through for my prayer box.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Not very good at investigating. 11.
Yeah, I'm going to say, unfortunately, as you go digging through there it is, there's the rock.
It's like I had my mat laid down and I had my prayer box open and some candles lit and stuff, and it's crushed.
Yeah, it's crushed, and the tent canvas is probably starting to burn a little bit. Your tent's a little on fire from that. You pull most of your stuff out. Your prayer box is probably damaged, but your statue of Balrus is still intact.
All right.
And most of your stuff is fine. It takes you some effort to pull the big boulder off of it and move things around. Tent's destroyed.
Now my 2-person tent is a 1-person tent.
It's just a broken tent.
All right, let me.
Oh, poor Ichabod. no longer a tent to reside in. Whatever shall you do?
Well, now I ain't gonna pray privately, that much for sure. Unfortunate. It's my one bit of privacy.
Well,
Okay.
The night is upon you. It does not seem like anything else is attacking you, at least. So that's good. But yeah, sure enough, Ichabod's tent's destroyed. His prayer box is damaged. You get most of your stuff out of it, but you can get your mat, your prayer mat, and all that out of it. But dusty and a little dingy from all this.
So, Matt,
Yes.
I don't actually need it anymore, but I'm gonna make a big show of setting up my tent and putting a bedroll in there and going into the tent and just do that, pat the space on the bedroll next to me.
Ichabod pretends like he doesn't notice and lights his pipe and says, I'm gonna take the first watch.
Anyone who needs it gets 26 healing, so.
Well, I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Blaznir gathers everyone together once the battle is over, and yeah, you can heal everybody up. That gets Willow to full.
Hooray. I don't
Pretty
think any of the
good.
horses got hurt, so that's good.
None of them
Salvatore
except
did.
for Salvatore. Is Salvatore included?
I think there's at least
6 creatures.
I don't need it, so
yeah.
go for it.
There's a couple people who don't need it, so yeah, I think so.
Hey. Looking good, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. You got dead trolls all scattered about your campsite, and they're all on fire right now. The
I
stench is
imagine-
probably pretty horrible.
Do we want to move like a good, 60 feet away or something? Kind of follow the ridge, move away.
I mean, I can just press precipitation to whatever to where it is, just a minute away.
All right. Whatever gets us through this night faster.
Yeah, I mean, I think it only lasts for it lasts for an hour, so you can fall asleep and
It'll last for half of my watch.
Yep, it would last for half your watch.
So Kyan, by the way, he's gonna stick around for a bit, so
Okay, fair enough. Well, you all start settling in, trying to get as much of a long rest as you can. Let's see here. There's your tent, Corin. And what about the rest of you? Are y'all just sleeping outdoors, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't have a tent. Actually, what am I talking about? My tent's on my back. Called a shell.
So Cora's just going to go behind a tree and
Who?
or Kaya he's going to go behind a tree and just lay down and suck into her shell, and it's just kind of like a mossy stone underneath a tree.
I mean, I think I'd stay kind of close to the fire. I mean,
Would you? Okay.
I'm cold-blooded. I mean, I don't want to get.
Okay. Yeah.
know.
You lay down next to the fire and turtle shell it up, and maybe the red panda comes wandering over there, climb up on it, and does one of those little cat things of spinning around before laying down. I don't know.
He does that on me.
What's that? Oh, he does that on you?
He does that on me.
I was just trying to do a
Give me
little flair.
one.
Goddamn. Anyway, go ahead. The rest of you all make your way into to have your rest, and Ichabod, you're taking first watch. So go ahead, Ichabod. With the trolls burning around you, fortunately for at least the first hour of your watch, it smells okay. Go ahead and make your perception check.
14.
It's fairly quiet from this point forward. Do you do anything before you head off to bed?
I'm just going to be leaning against this rock, and then I will wake the next person. I don't know who it's supposed to be, so I just wake Willow.
Fair enough. Well, for the sake of brevity, other than the trolls, nothing bothers you throughout the night. And you're all able to wake up the next morning with a long rest.
Hooray.
Man, I didn't finish my prayer, so I'm still full of sin from yesterday.
I'm pretty sure you're still full of sin no matter how many times you pray, but
No,
hey, whatever.
when I pray at night, my sin is washed from me. I'm clean.
Whatever you say,
You
Ichabod.
lose your paladin levels.
Anywho,
I've repented.
if you take a look at the map, which I'm going to pop up for everyone now. You can see that in that, like I said, that lower area of forest, that's where y'all ended up. The next day, you're able to make it through. And from there, it's a good 8 hours ride to the river. But your day goes by relatively uneventful. I'm sure there's some shit talking and that sort of thing. Blaznir going down so many times is probably a subject y'all could have fun with if you really wanted to.
Never using my sword again. It's not happening, Ichabod. I'm sorry.
It was a worthy effort, Blaznir.
I did my best.
Well, perhaps when we get back, I'll give you some pointers. We'll work on it.
It's not
After all
happening.
that work I did for you, making that sword to set itself on fire, and you're just gonna throw it away like it was nothing?
Yes. Listen, it's very
How
cool.
dare
I enjoy it. I enjoy the sword. I can use it in like a little act or something. I'm not hitting anything with it.
Or like a reaction when somebody runs away from you. You can.
I will take the feat so I can use spells. Like,
Oh, I see.
it's not happening anymore.
Ichabod looks genuinely hurt.
Aww.
You look, I still have gunk in my ears.
That's fine. To each his own, I guess.
Yeah.
But
She does
congratulations.
nothing.
Poor Blaznir. Poor Blaznir. But, eventually you do make it to the Venuvan River, which is the border between the Kingdom of Radagast and the Margarden Federation. This is a very big river. As you make your way towards the shore, you can see that it is a good 100 feet across at the least, and it's hard to judge exactly how deep it is, but it's pretty far there. How are you all planning to get across the river and into the Margarden Federation?
Would I know that we're going to have to go across a river? Like, that's
You would-
something.
Yeah,
I
you would have known that in contrast if you would have looked at any map. Question is, did you?
Yeah, so,
Well, before we left, we went through and
I'm
explained.
just saying, like, if I knew that, yeah.
What are you saying,
Like, if I knew
Blaznir?
that, I would prepare control water. If I knew that, I would have prepared control water and would have been able to part water.
Cool. So you part water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, we literally just finished a long rest. Your day wasn't anything exciting,
Yeah.
so I don't care what spell you have prepared. So sure, you could have prepared control water. What does that do exactly?
Give me a second, and here you go. There's a lot.
Whoa.
Yeah, there is a lot.
Yeah. Part water. I'm gonna just copy and paste.
Okay, it looks like you cause water in the area to move apart and create a trench. The trench extends across the spell area, and the separated water forms a wall to either side. The trench remains until the spell ends, or you choose a different effect. And how far is this?
100 feet.
100 feet. Yeah, that's exactly enough. So sure. Once since you had the time to prepare the spell ahead of time, you have maps, so you knew that there was a river coming along your path. So sure, you prepared your control water spell that morning. Once you get there, you're just kind of like, I got this, and you cast your spell. A drop of water and a pinch of dust for components, so you didn't even need to have anything. So sure enough, yeah. You cast your spell, and everyone watches as Blaznir walks up in front of the river, his robes billowing out past him like Moses. He raises his staff out, Charlton Heston style, and the water just spreads. And sure enough, you have a corridor that you can walk your horses across.
We're keeping an eye out behind us for armies of any pharaohs.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Sure.
You get guidance.
23. And then it's 26 total.
Okay, yeah, with your 26 total, somewhere in the distance, just for the fun of it, you see a big old horde of chariots come chasing towards you. You got to run across really quickly, but you're able to do that in 10 minutes, and it closes. And what you thought was a bunch of chariots? Nah, that was just a herd of cattle being chased towards you.
You killed all those cattle.
No, they didn't cross. They're just going up to the river to get a drink.
I could make a wave and pull them in, but I'm not going to do that.
Don't do it.
You're going to kill the farmer and his herd of cows?
No.
Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm not. I said I could. I'm not doing it.
Fair enough.
So, what are the rules for ex-druids there, Matt?
Yeah, no kidding. Jeez. But yeah, sure enough, once all of your group has safely made it the 100 feet across to the other side of the river, you release your spell. The water crashes in on itself once again. The shepherd who's watching all of his cows move by just kind of stops and takes his hat off and scratches his head. This was a weird sight for him to see, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But you have made it safely across, and you are now in the Margarden Federation. And I actually think that's a pretty good place to end things for this evening.
Sweet. So, what's the schedule?
So the schedule is this. Next session, your group's going to get to Rowina, and you're going to have some time to, do whatever side things you want to do. Ichabod,
Yep.
I know you have something that you're wanting to pursue while in Rowina. There's going to be a few other happenstances for your group to explore, but then we're going to end next week's session with your group meeting the Fab Five, and we're going to be going into the crossover from there.
Sweet.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun. Like I just said to everyone who's watching, we're doing a crossover event between the Debauchery Circus and the Fab Five. Anyone who's been watching knows there's a few things going on in Rowina right now. There's a gladiator tournament that's about to be held where the winner gets to make a request of the Zaim of the Federation, and Kaya has been tasked to request the Dream Root from him, an object that the Erudite Conclave wants. Some of you are going to be participating in that as well. Ichabod and Blaznir, the two of you are going to be fighting with Kaya, so you're actually going to be staying in your same time slot.
Okay.
The Gladiator time slot is going to be in the AM time, so from 3 to 6, we're going to be doing the Gladiator tournament. Now, during the Fab Fives time slot during this crossover, the people there are going to be helping a friend of Willow's out on a specific task. That's Corin and Willow are going to be helping an old friend of Willow's, which she was going to tell you all about. So actually, why don't I go ahead and let you all know what's going on with that, since unfortunately, I was hoping John was going to make it in for the session, but I guess he couldn't. So, I'll let you know. And that last day, while Willow was, right before you all headed out after the trolls, Willow let you all know that that she had received a letter when you all got back to Coltrast from North Emia. A hawk delivered a letter that was addressed to her from her friend, Shadows in the Wind. Now, Shadows explains that his wife, Eyes That Sparkle, was killed by wraiths in a town called Bradfordshire, which is far to the east of where you guys all are, in the Dowrin Empire. They had been passing through that area on a trip to the Kingdom of Hyrulean and got caught up in the events that happened in Bradfordshire, which anyone who watches the Fab Five know that during Bradfordshire, they had all had to fight to rid the town of wraiths, and Eyes That Sparkle was one of the casualties of that event. Shadows in the Wind explains, these are tabaxi, by the way. They're two tabaxi.
Yep.
I forgot to mention that. The Shadows explains how he borrowed a portable hole to transport Sparkle's body back to Rowina, and that he has a plan to resurrect her, but he needs a wish spell to do it. There's a complication with the way she died. He has a plan to get a wish ring that he can use to bring her back. But to do so, he needs Willow's help to break into an extremely difficult vault. He doesn't give a whole lot of details. He tells you that he says in the letter that he'll give you the details once you arrive. But he does mention that the vault has been warded to detect magical items and to prevent magical teleportation to and from the location. But he says he also has the blueprints to the vault. He asks Willow to travel to Rowina and meet him at the Archer and Rose, which is a tavern near the slums of Rowina. And so he has asked Willow for help, and Willow tells you that yes, since you're all going to be in Rowina anyway, she wants to go help her friend, while those of you who are participating in the tournament does that.
Yep, I will volunteer to assist her.
Absolutely. And that's where we're going to end things for this evening. I wish John was there to do Willow's explanation of it, but that's okay. So yeah, next session we're going to be finishing. We're going to get to Rowina during next session, and we're going to end things after each of you explore a couple of threads that you want to do while you're there. And then following that, the Fab Five and the Debauchery Circus are going to be splitting up amongst themselves and using their slots to do a gladiator tournament and a vault heist. So it should be a lot of fun. But, yeah, that's where we're going to end things for this evening. So, on behalf of everyone here in the Debauchery Circus, I just want to say thank you to everyone who watched. We really appreciate you tuning in, and it helps us out a lot. If you want to continue to help out, please follow us here on Twitch and subscribe if you're able to. And anytime you see a episode of our show on YouTube, if you can go there, subscribe to us on YouTube, and like our episodes, it really would help out our algorithm and bring our show to more people. So if you can help us out with that, we'd love you for it a lot. But once again, on behalf of everyone here in the Debauchery Circus, I want to say once more, thank you for watching. Have a great evening, and we'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.
Bye.